technological breakthrough. Up to 2% of our power is now supplied by lunar panels.
Hey guys, and welcome to another A to Z. The past week I've been messing around with Trials Fusion. Trials Fusion's been out since the 25th of April 2014 and was developed by Red Links in collaboration with Ubisoft. So just as a forewarning for those of you that don't like double DRM, when you purchase it from Steam, yes, it does launch Uplay to play Trials. So if you're not too keen on that, then I'd probably say give it a miss, or just purchase it for Uplay if you prefer to actually have Uplay. For those that are unfamiliar with the Trials series, Trials has been around for quite some time now and is a motocross point-to-point trial game where you take your motorcycle from point A through to point B with plenty of jumps, obstacles, and plenty of hazards along the way as well. Trials Fusion, being the newest in the series, makes use of a lot of the Michael Bay effects, so expect some pretty sharp visuals and a absolute crap ton of optic flares and explosion effects. And as a bit of a forewarning for most of you out there as well, running this on my Asus ROG 780 Ti, there has been a few times where I have received a bit of frame loss. So the game, even though it flows quite well, seems a little unoptimized in a few places, especially with heavy fog effects. But besides that, it runs at a very smooth 60 frames per second. It seems to be locked there. The game itself can be controlled through either keyboard or Xbox 360 controller. Personally, I prefer the 360 controller. It just feels a lot more comfortable to play with. And with the leaning being on the left stick or on the D-pad, it just feels a little more precise, especially when doing flips and jumps. But the only downside I can comment on is to perform tricks after you've done the required training mission. You perform tricks by holding a particular direction with the right analog stick, and that feels a little bit clunky at times where, depending on your angle, it pulls off a different trick than what you actually expected to do. But the acceleration and the brake using the left and right triggers feels quite good, and allows for more precise braking or throttle, which you would need in the higher difficulty tracks. Fusion's set in the future, so a lot of the visuals take reference to a more of a clean sci-fi style future, with many neon lights, white ramps, and drones going about their business in the background at times. This is also prevalent in some of the tracks where a lot of the track surfaces come in from off-screen as if they're attached to some machinery, which is pretty cool because it keeps you guessing on what the upcoming obstacle would be. The general obstacles that you'll encounter are just a barrage of jumps, trying to land smoothly, and also making sure that you're not over-throttling on the landings, leading up to more advanced ones where you traverse up kickback ramps and need to perform a backflip or something of the like to continue on through the track. Later obstacles also include precise landings on platforms, seesaws, and also pushable walls to knock down in your path so you can continue on. And this adds some great flexibility to the gameplay, although I have had a few troubles with using the forward and back leaning to jump up boxes and traverse some of the more vertical sections. The music itself has more of a neo-techno industrial fusion to its sound, and I personally like it, seeming almost dynamic to the tracks that you're actually racing on. The engines of the bike sound reasonably authentic as well, with my personal favourite bike being the Roach, being described as a sturdy all-rounder complete with a mammoth engine. Then you have the Pit Viper, which is more of the tricks and trial bike, and the Foxbat, which is definitely a trick bike. The game also includes a quad known as the TKO Panda, which is reasonably heavy but a lot of fun on those tracks. And last but not least, the Baggy, which is just the run-of-the-mill starter bike. But there's a special bike that you can unlock towards the end of the game, and for those of you that may not be into spoilers, here's a spoiler warning. I believe it is a push bike. But all in all, I've had a lot of fun playing around with Fusion, and would probably recommend picking it up unless you're not a fan of Uplay or Ubisoft. So thanks again, guys, and here's some footage for you all to enjoy.
Warning, high wind area.
There you are again. In a matter of speaking.
Attention visitors. We are performing maintenance and would like to warn you of abruptly shifting floors.
You're my favorite. You're unique. As unique as you can be, anyway.
Flying obstacles present in this area. Keep your head down.